Namaskar. Today's topic is Algebra of Linear Transformation 2, and this is for the students of MSc Maths first semester, and paper is Linear Algebra 1C1. So the Algebra of Linear Transformation is some lengthy topic, therefore I have divided this in two lectures. In the first lecture some theorems and definitions given, and in the second part, Algebra of Linear Transformation, we see here some theorems related to them, transformations. So these are the theorems. The first theorem will tell us that if any linear vector space V is n-dimensional, then this is isomorphic to the space of the Fn and tuples of the field. So here V is the vector space over the field F, n-dimensional vector space. Then we have to verify that this is isomorphic to Fn. Fn is the n-tuple vector space. So with the help of the transformation isomorphism, we will prove this here. We will define here suitable mapping, and which we will prove as a isomorphism. As let dimension V equal to n and B be the V1, V2, Vn, Bn ordered basis for V. Then define T from V to Fn as follows. So we have to define suitable mapping. Let V belongs to V, and then there exist unique scalars A1, alpha 1, alpha 2 and so on alpha n belongings to F, such that V equal to alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus alpha n Vn. So now we define of the image of V. TV equal to alpha 1, alpha 2 and so on alpha n belongings to Fn. So then it is easy to see that this T is well defined, and to prove that V is isomorphic to Fn, to prove that T is an isomorphism. If this mapping is isomorphism, then V is isomorphic to Fn. So for the isomorphism there are three conditions. The first one is to prove T is a linear transformation. Then for this T alpha x plus beta y equal to alpha tx plus beta ty for all xy belongs to V and alpha beta belongs to F. And second condition, you have to prove that T is 1 1, that is Tx equal to Ty. This implies x equal to y. So these two conditions I have left for the students to verify themselves, linearity and 1 1. The third one for the isomorphism is the condition to prove T is onto. Now we take any element of the Fn, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n belongs to Fn, then we can have the vectors, vector alpha 1 v1 plus alpha 2 v2 plus so on alpha n vn equal to x belongs to V, such that T of the x equal to alpha 1 comma alpha 2 and so on alpha n. Hence, so here for the any element of the Fn, we have shown the pre-image of this element as a x, or we have shown that there exists such x, therefore this mapping is onto. And so we have proved all three conditions for the isomorphism. Therefore these two vector space V and Fn are isomorphic. Next we see the property of compositions of mapping. Let UVW be three vector space over the same field F, and let T and T dash be linear transformation from U to V, and S dash be linear transformation from V to W. Then it is easy to see that S T plus T dash equal to ST plus ST dash, S plus S dash T equal to ST plus S dash T, and alpha ST equal to alpha ST, or this is equal to S into alpha T for all alpha belongs to F. Here the product ST is as a composition of the two mappings S and T, this which we have defined in the previous lecture. So let V be a vector space over F and T be a linear transformation from V to V, then T is invertible if T is 1 1 and onto. Any mapping is invertible if it is 1 1 and onto, and its definition is defined as this: if T be a linear transformation on vector space Vf and T is invertible, then the inverse mapping T inverse is defined as y0 equal to Tx0 implies and is implies T inverse y0 equal to x0. That is, image of x0 is y0, then pre-image of y0 is x0. For each x0, y0 belongs to V is a linear transformation. So this is the definition of inverse of the T or T inverse. So for the property of invertible mapping, we are having a theorem: let Vf and Wf be two finite dimensional vector spaces such that dimension V equal to dimension W. Then if T is linear transformation from V to W, then the following conditions are equivalent: that first, T is invertible, and second, T is non-singular, that is the null space of T equal to 0. These two conditions are that T is invertible and T is non-singular are equivalent. So proof is easy here. You can have, we have mapping from, let first mapping from T V to W be invertible, then there exists S from W to V such that ST equal to TS equal to identity mapping. So then we are having for any element V, if TV equal to 0 implies STV equal to 0, that is ST, and now put the value of ST equal to I, so IV equal to 0, this implies V equal to 0. So T is a non-singular because here its kernel is contain only 0 element, therefore this is 1 1 on 2, so T is non-singular. Next we show that converse of this. Conversely, let T is non-singular, that is null space of T is contain only 0 element, so then T must be 1 1. As its kernel space is contain only one element 0, therefore T should be 1 1, and as dimension of the V equal to dimension of the W, therefore T is onto, and now as T is 1 1 and onto, therefore T is invertible. Next we see the theorem which will give us a particular type of linear transformation from a vector space to another vector space relating their bases. So this theorem is this one: if Vf and V'F are n-dimensional vector spaces having their bases as B equal to B1, B2, Bn, and B dash equal to B1 dash, B2 dash, and so on, Bn dash respectively, then there exists a unique linear transformation T from V to V dash such that Tbi equal to Bi dash for I equal to 1 to up to n. So this is a particular type of mapping which will take B1 to B1 dash, B2 to B2 dash, and so on, Bn to Bn dash. We search such linear transformation. The proof is as we know that any element V of the V can be expressed as a linear combination of the elements of its basis B. Therefore, let U equal to lambda I Bi summation lambda I Bi and V equal to summation mu j Bj, j varying from 1 to n. So first we show here the existence of such T. Let a function Tv to V dash be defined as follows. Here we define suitable mapping T. T Tu equal to T summation I varying from 1 to n lambda I Bi equal to summation I varying from 1 to n lambda I Tbi, and this is equal to I equal to 1 to n lambda I Bi dash. So we are defining here T of the for the image of the U as such that it will take summation lambda I Bi to summation lambda I Bi dash. So this is a linear combination of elements of basis B dash of V dash. Therefore Tu is a unique element of the V dash. Hence T is a well defined function, and that is T exists. Second, we will prove that this type of mapping is a linear transformation, and for this we take alpha beta belongs to F and UV belongs to V. Then T of the alpha U plus beta V equal to T of the alpha summation lambda I beta Bi plus beta summation mu I Bi. So then combining these as and multiplying by alpha and beta, we can simplify this as T of the summation alpha lambda I plus beta mu I Bi, or this we can write as Tbi, and then using the definition of T, we can write this as a summation alpha lambda I plus beta mu I Bi dash. So after opening this, we can rewrite this as alpha summation I varying from 1 to n lambda I Bi dash plus beta summation I varying from 1 to n mu I Bi dash. So we have obtained that T of the alpha U plus beta V equal to alpha Tu plus beta Tv. Therefore T is a linear transformation from V to V dash. Now Bi for any I varying from 1 to n be the elements of basis B of V. So we can write here Bi equal to 0 into B1 plus 0 into B2 and so on, 1 into Bi plus 0 into Bi plus 1 and so on, 0 into Bn. Then by the definition of the T, this Tbi is a T0B1 plus T0B2 plus T1Bi plus T0Bi plus 1 and so on. So applying the scalar property of this, so this first term is 0, second term is 0, only the term remains this T1Bi, and this is the Tbi equal to Bi dash. So that is T of the Bi equal to Bi dash. So thus T from V to V dash is a linear transformation such that Tbi equal to Bi dash. So such mapping exists which will take each element Bi to Bi dash. Now next we show the uniqueness of this mapping, that if possible let there exist another linear transformation T dash from V to V dash such that T dash Bi equal to Bi dash. Then we can have T dash U equal to T dash alpha 1 B1 plus alpha 2 B2 and so on alpha n Bn. So applying the linearity of this T dash, we can write this as alpha 1 T1 dash B1 plus alpha 2 T dash B2 plus alpha n T dash Bn. Here everywhere we have to put this dash. So here T dash B1, so applying the definition of the T dash, this we obtain as alpha 1 B1 dash plus alpha 2 B2 dash and so on alpha n Bn dash, and this by the definition of T, this will become Tu. For all U in V, therefore we have T equal to D dash. So such mapping exists and which is unique. Next we calculate the dimension of the homomorphism VV dash. So in the previous lecture we have proved that homomorphism VV dash is a vector space, and here we calculate its dimension. Let V(f) and V'(f) be finite dimensional vector space, then dimension of the homomorphism VV' equal to dimension V cross dimension V'. So the dimension of homomorphism VV' is the product of dimension V and dimension V'. So here we see the proof. Let M and N be the dimension of the vector spaces V and V' respectively, then their bases B. Its bases are as follows. Bases B equal to V1, B1, B2 and so on Bn, and B' equal to B1 dash, B2 dash and Bn dash. So here also some mistake. Here this is M. So by the previous theorem, so as the vector space V is M dimension, therefore these are the M vectors, and V' is N dimension, therefore there are N elements in the basis. So by previous theorem, there exists a unique linear transformation Tij from V to V', which will take Bk to its Bk dash. So this Tij we define as Tij Bk equal to Kronecker delta Ik Bj dash. Here K varying from 1 to M, and you know the property of Kronecker delta, that value of Kronecker delta Ik equal to 1 if I equal to K, and is Kronecker delta Ik equal to 0 if I is not equal to K. So clearly the number of Tij will be Mn. Here in the Tij, these I and J, I varying from 1 to M and J varying from 1 to N, therefore the number of such Tij will be Mn. Now we consider this set. Let C equal to such type of mappings. Tij, I varying from 1 to M and J varying from 1 to N. So C is a, so we will try to prove that this is a basis of the homomorphism VV', and for the basis it should have two properties, conditions. First is linearly independence and second the spanning property. So the first we see here, the C is a linearly independent set. So let Mn to prove that this is linearly independent set, we take here Mn scalars Aij, I varying from 1 to M and J varying from 1 to N, such that summation I varying from 1 to M, J varying from 1 to N, Aij, Tij equal to 0, where 0 is this O is the null mapping. So now we apply this operator for on the element Bk, then we obtain this summation, double summation Aij, Tij, Bk equal to 0 Bk, and this is a 0 transformation, therefore its value is 0. Now applying the definition of Tij, we can write Tij Bk equal to Kronecker delta Ik Bj dash, and after the summation this will become as that A Kj summation Akj Bj dash equal to 0. So then as the basis B dash is linearly independent, therefore we are having all the Akj's equal to 0 for K varying from 1 to M and J varying from 1 to N. As in the linear combination all the coefficients have become 0, therefore the set C is a linearly independent set. Second, we will show that C spans homomorphism VV dash. So let T belongs to homomorphism VV dash, then Tbj belongs to V dash for J varying from 1 to M. Now since B dash is the basis of the V dash, therefore Tbj can be expressed as a linear combination of the elements of the basis. So let its expression or combination is this one. TBI equal to summation j varying from 1 to n aij bj dash, and now we calculate this summation k varying from 1 to n m j varying from 1 to n a kj t kj bi, and putting the value of this t kj bi as Kronecker delta ki bj dash. So this will become summation j varying from 1 to n aij bj dash, and by definition value tpi using this equation. So this is true for all bi. Therefore we can have this t equal to summation k varying from 1 to m summation j varying from 1 to n a kj t kj. So in this way we have shown that for any element of the homomorphism t v to v dash, the element t can be expressed as a linear combination of the t kj. Therefore thus the t is a linear combination of the elements of C. So we have shown the both the property linearly independence and the spanning property. Therefore this C is a basis of homomorphism v dash, and in the C we are having mn elements. Therefore the number of elements is equal to dimension of the homomorphism v dash, and there hence we have dimension of homomorphism v dash equal to m into n equal to dimension v into v dash. So we have shown in this lecture, we have shown the some properties and calculated the dimension of the homomorphism v dash. For more detail you can see the any textbook. So I am Dr. R.P. Somani, Associate Professor in Maths. Thank you.